And separating boys from girls at camps, children camp. Why are adult male and female worshippers seated separately at religious places? What is wrong? If it is done, there is nothing wrong. It is always better and preferable, because then we can have various types of facilities. For example, when we have spiritual retreat, the women volunteers look upon their women devotees. Good. Our half of the work is reduced. Otherwise, we have to serve both men and women. So they'll sit separately. There's nothing wrong in that. How do we discipline our children against peer pressure, that is against drugs, alcohol, etc.? That's a very important question. Now, you have to protect your children from the peer pressure. But again, here the problem comes is that to strike a balance. Many children, in India, a lot of youths come to me. We conduct a lot of youth programs. So I have got many young friends. So, when they come to me, all of them have got only one problem. Nobody understands me at home. And nobody even tries to understand me also. That is one problem. And in the evening when their parents come, their only one complaint is, nowadays the children do not listen to us. They don't obey us. Indiscipline. We were also children, but we never did like this. But that generation is now changed. It's a new generation. So we have to respect the new generation. Now, if he starts obeying all that you say, he will be outcasted from his friend circle. Yes. You say, oh, you are wearing the dress of 18th century. As told by your mother. So we have to strike a balance. So I had given one formula for management of relationships. That formula stands good here. That is, in matters of opinion, swim swiftly with the current. In matters of opinion, swim swiftly with the current. Yes, children want to have this dress, okay, let them have this. Okay, they want to have a holiday, let them see TV or some channel they want to, okay. But in matters of principle, stand firm like a rock. No compromise. I will not allow you to become a drug addict. But that has also to come not through discipline, through, as I told the other day, I was talking about management of relationship, the nurturing the plant of relationship requires water. And it must be sweet water, not saltish water. Not selfish water. Not selfish love, but sweet love. And the children nowadays, in the modern age, they are very intelligent, very bright, much more brilliant than us. They can understand what we are talking. They can understand what do we mean. Only thing, they have to be taken into confidence. We have to lovingly persuade them. Tell them, first of all, the evil effects of alcoholism and drug addiction. And gradually ask them, rather than start giving them advice, what is their problem? First thing is listen. We have been given 2 ears, only one mouth, we forget. We start speaking with 5 mouths and don't make use of ears. In management of relationships, the first thing is communication. Management of relationships, I had given one talk at AMA, but in order to give a very short synopsis, whether it's management of relationship with the children, with husband, wife, with friends, everywhere, just remember A, B, C, D, E and F. That's all. A, B, C, D, E and F. That's all. That you can easily remember. A, B, C, D, E, F. Everybody knows. A is assess the situation. Why something has gone wrong. Try to understand. What has gone wrong with my children? Relationship with my children. What has gone wrong with my relationship with my husband, with my wife, with my mother-in-law? Same. Assess. Number 1. After assessing, try to rectify and try to adjust. Assess, adjust. Try to accommodate yourself. Some compromise will be necessary. Always you cannot have the whole thing at your side. We have to compromise. So adjust. Adjustment is the law of relationship. We have to adjust. If we want to live happily and peacefully, we will have to adjust with the circumstances, with the situation, with the people. But of course, not compromising with the principles, fundamentals. So, assess, then adjust, and then after adjustment also, there is a situation where you cannot do anything, do your best and leave the rest, accept the situation as it is. Yes, accept. Accept it. This is what it is. Accept it. Boldly, the situation. So, A. B. Behavior. Our behavior pattern has also to be kept in our mind. That has to be given proper attention. So, about behavior pattern, how we speak, how we look at the things, what we hear, all these things are very important. That is why Gandhiji used to keep 3 monkeys. One monkey, both the eyes closed. Don't look at evil things. Holy Mother Sharda Devi's advice was, don't look at the faults of others if you want peace of mind. That does not mean you will not look at the faults of your children and not correct them. No. As a parent, it is very much required. But just finding out fault for finding out fault's sake should not be there. If you find out some fault, yes, of course it is duty lovingly to explain what are the disadvantages of that particular habit or hobby. But then, this habit of only seeing negative things in others. Yes, many boys, they told me, my father always tells whenever anybody comes, he says, this fellow is like this fellow is like this. But he never told, I won the gold medal in my education. He never told that I have won this one in the hockey tournament. No. He always telling on negative things. So, in order to correct others, in order to correct your children, you may have to see their faults and try to rectify. At the same time, there are many good things they are doing. Why not go for positive things? And encourage him that if you do like this, you are going to excel others. If you do like this, you are going to happiness. Positive mental attitude, PMA. That is very necessary. So, that behavior pattern should be try to see positive, try to listen to positive things, and try to speak positive things. Swami Vivekananda used to say, it's a psychological fact, but he told 100 years back, if you tell a person, you are like a donkey, you are like a donkey, you are like a donkey, after 100 times he will become a donkey. If you tell, you are great, you are great, you are great, he will become great. This is the power of words is very much. Power of words, too much. You say, my child, you are God. My child, you are God. My child, you are God. He will become God. And if you go on, oh, you are devil. You have come to my house to trouble me. You are a devil. And he will become devil. After 100 times telling. Power of words. So behavior pattern. Positive thinking. Positive look. Positive hearing. Positive speaking. Behavior pattern. Don't speak bad things. Don't listen to bad things. And don't look at the other's fault. And also 3 monkeys of Switzerland. You have to remember. As one of our Swamijis had gone to Switzerland, by the side of a lake, he found out an image of 3 monkeys, but very strange monkeys. One of the monkey was having one eye closed and one open. Another monkey, one ear closed, another open. And third monkey, half mouth closed, half open. He could not understand the message. Then he understood. Oh, he remembered a shloka from the Vedas and immediately got the message. What was the shloka? Bhadram karnebhi shunuyama devaha bhadram pashe makshabhirijatraha sthirairangai sustuvagam sastanubihi vyashema devahi tayyadayuhu swastina indro vriddashava swastina pusha vishwaveda swastina staksho arishtanemi swastino brihaspati dadhatu bhadram karnebhi shunuyama devaha. Listen to auspicious things. One ear is closed. Don't listen to bad things. But one ear is open. Listen to good things. Positive. One eye is closed. Don't look at the faults of others. Don't look at bad things. But one eye is open. Bhadram pashe maakshabhirijatraha. Look at the auspicious things. Look at the good things. Look at the good things your child is doing. Look at the good things your husband is performing. Look at the good things your wife is doing. Only she can, because she cannot go to a club like you, she is not to be decried. She prepares nice food for you. Try to look at that. She is proficient in so many things. Only because one thing she does not know, whole day you go on telling her that same thing. That breaks the relationship. So try to look at the good things in your wife, in your children, in your husband, in your mother-in-law, in your daughter-in-law. All the problems solved. If you start having positive direction, and Vedanta says there is divine in your mother-in-law also. And if mother-in-law tries to see the divine in daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law tries to see the divine in mother-in-law, and the husband starts seeing the divine in wife, and wife starts seeing the divine in husband, and if the parents start seeing the divine in children, and children start looking upon them, their parents as Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, really, all problems solved. So it is a paradigm shift in our thinking. Vedanta is the only answer. Try to look upon everybody as divine, not as human being. Inside each and every human being is the same divine, all problems solved. So, positive thinking, positive seeing, positive listening, positive speaking. Have a word of appreciation. If you tell, Swamiji says, just have a word of appreciation for your children. See, what a transformation. Go on telling, howsoever bad he is, he may be criminal. Find out one good point about him and go on telling that good point. Oh my boy, what wonderful you have done. Don't tell him that you failed 3 times in examination. He will fail 4th time if you tell like that. But tell him, oh my boy, you did wonderfully well in the sports. Oh, I heard your principal was appreciating. You won the prize in the sports competition. Wonderful. And now I want, in study also you won the prize and you win gold medal. How happy a father I will be. And you see how the son is studying from that day. Positive thinking, positive behavior. That is behavior. B. C. Communication. Communication is very important. Most of the time we hear, oh, your mother-in-law was telling that about you like this. Huh? I will see to it. Somebody is telling something, but you verify whether she really told or not. Don't get prejudiced, but somebody is telling. Most of the time it is communication gap. Let us have a direct communication with the person. Most of the time it is other people look like Narad Muni. They are playing the role of Narad Muni, trying to have quarrel between the two. They enjoy. Yes, some people, the 4th type of people. 3rd type of people, Bhartari says, they are Satpurush, Samanya Manush, and 3rd is Manush Rakshasa. For their small self-interest, they do any amount of good, bad to others. And 4th type are such, without their any self-interest, they enjoy others' suffering. So when 2 parties start fighting, they enjoy. So don't allow anybody else to have quarrel between you and your daughter-in-law and mother-in-law or husband and wife. Try to verify the facts. Communication is very important. Communication has developed very much, too much. That is, with communication technology advanced, through satellite, you can make a telephone call sitting on the sofa thousands kilometers away with your friend, but no communication with your wife sitting on the same sofa for 6 months. They are not speaking, not in speaking term. They will write slips of paper. Yes, I have seen many things. So, communication is very important. Try to have, and that's why in the family, for family management, I say, once in a week, at the weekend, you must have a fighting session. Yes. You may have. Everybody can tell anything that you want to tell about your father, about your mother, about children. Let them be allegations there. You will find 80% of the allegations are false. But he didn't know. Then you tell, oh, I never told like this. Oh, but that fellow told me like this. So many things will be out. So there may be a frank session, a fighting session, but it must be followed by ice cream party. Very good eating. Very good eating should be there. There should be a very nice eating after that meeting of fighting. And all will be made up. But that communication once a week, let there be frank discussion between the family members. Similarly, if in an organization is there, so many people are having backbiting and leg pulling and backbiting, so many things is going on. Let them have a fighting session once a week, followed by a good ice cream party. So that communication is very important. C. And D, disciplining. Disciplining the behavior. And discipline comes in two ways. You must have discipline when it is wanted, and you should remove the discipline when it is not wanted. When you want to nurture a plant, you must have a guard and fencing. But when the tree has grown, remove the fencing. That is why guardian is necessary. Parents are called guardians. They have to guard the small children from evil effects, from other effects. But how long you will continue to be guardians? As long as the child has not grown. Once he becomes mature, then remove the guard. But many parents continue to be guard throughout their old age. Up to their old age, they are guardians only. And so they try to protect their children. No, you should do like this. You should sit like this. You should eat like this. They continue to be guardians throughout their life. And so they suffer. Then one fine morning, the boy says, okay, you go to old age home. Too much of guarding. Too much of disciplining. So, disciplining is necessary, but too much of discipline will throw back on you. So remember, you must have disciplining, but discipline also must be disciplined. Disciplining the discipline. You must have proper type of control. Where there is necessary, you must have discipline, of course. But at the same time, over-discipline sometimes kills. It does not allow the plant to grow. There is no growth. There is too much of guarding. So guardians should be there for small children, not for grown-up children, mature children. That is why many people, they tell, Daddy, now you have become retired. Why don't you go to worship room and meditate and do worship? Why I want to interfere in my business like that? But he says, no, I must interfere. And so he is not at peace, and the son is not at peace. And then naturally one fine morning he has to go to old age home. So old people also have to learn the art of disciplining themselves before disciplining their children. So there has to be a sort of accommodation. I tell the people many times, in India also old age homes are coming fast. Many old age homes are being inaugurated. I said, it's very good that you are inaugurating the old age home, but it's not a good thing. It's not a positive sign for a society. Of course, it is a need, you do it. But the healthy sign is no old age home is needed. There is a very good home in your own home. Why don't you have old age home? Why can't you stay in home? But both the parties are at fault. The mother-in-law and the father-in-law will go on interfering in the work of the daughter-in-law and the son. And that is why ultimately, so they should stay there. At the same time, the son and the daughter-in-law is a modern girl, you see. She has come, I will go in my own way. I don't care. All things are gone. She doesn't respect the traditions of the whole house. She doesn't respect the relatives of her mother-in-law. All those things she doesn't respect. Because she's from a rich family, she is highly educated, she doesn't respect. What result? Naturally, she will throw away the mother-in-law into an old age home. I tell them, remember, if you remove your parents into the old age home, but when you are reserving seats for your parents, reserve 2 more seats, because your children are watching you and they are going to put you told them at 80 years of age, they will put you at 60 years of age. They are going to put you in the old age home. They are going to put you in old age home. So that is why we have to have a disciplining of the discipline. D. And E is emotional quotient. Emotional empathy, sympathy, the understanding. Emotions have to be kept under control. We become angry and then one point anger, finished. The whole relationship is gone. Afterwards we repent. But 2 things do not come back. The arrow that has gone from the bow and the word that has been spoken from the mouth. Many times they cannot forget one particular word that was spoken 10 years ago. Yes, one lady told me, 10 years back he told like this, I can't forget. I can't forget. No. Words should not be spoken. So anger, jealousy, all these emotions have to be kept under control. Otherwise, relationship cannot grow. Whether it is with the children, or whether it is with the parents, or whether it is with your friends, anywhere. So relationship, because most of the problems are connected with, though I am answering one question, it is taking care of many questions. And then comes F. Forget and forgive. Yesterday there was a question, what I do if I am betrayed. Many questions of betrayal. So you should take care, nobody should betray you, become more intelligent. At the same time, when the betrayal comes, forget and forgive. Gone. Let the dead pass by its dead. Forget and forgive. Start the life again. And do not expect too much. Do not expect too much from the relationships. All our misery starts when we expect too much from our children, or from our parents, or from our relatives, or from our friends. Don't expect. Give love. So Swami Vivekananda gives in a beautiful book, Work and Its Secret. Attachment is the source of all our miseries. And then he says that unfortunately we are shopkeepers. We are shopkeepers in the field of business. We are shopkeepers in the field of religion. Alas, we are shopkeepers in the field of love making also. I have given you 10 kg of love, you must give me 10 kg of love. If there is 1 kg less, then I become impatient. No expectation. Give what you want to give. Unselfishness, unselfish love brings always happiness and peace. If any love that you are making is bringing you unhappiness and misery, that means it is not unselfish love. If you expect something from your children, then only you are going to suffer. No, they are not my children. As Khalil Gibran says, they are not your children. They have come through you, but they are not yours. God has given you. Oh Lord, you have given me children. I am trying to give best possible education, best possible training, best possible love, best possible parenting I am trying to do. Now, my work is over. I have tried my best, and yesterday I gave the formula, do your best and leave the rest. Leave the rest to God. I have tried to do my best for the parenting. Okay. Now, if after that, even then, he becomes a drug addict, he becomes an alcoholist, he becomes an AIDS patient, okay, let him suffer for his own karma. I am not responsible. I have tried my best. That is my satisfaction. Forget and forgive and start anew. Well, we can go up to Z, no time now. A, B, C, D, E, F, only I have given now. For management of relationship, nurturing relationship. Of course, there is a talk on this subject. Video CDs with Swamiji I have given. That I gave the talk at AMA in India. We find that Hindu women, when they marry into other religions, why do they change their religion? Hinduism always negotiable. Well, that is true, but of course, as far as we are concerned from Ramakrishna Mountain Mission, we don't give too much importance to what religion you belong to. The real religion is the religion of humanity. Love every human being as the manifestation of the divine. That is highest religion. And what ritual you are following, whether you are going to church or a mosque or a temple, that is immaterial. That is why Swami Vivekananda gave the whole message of Vedanta in Raj Yoga. Each soul is potentially divine. The goal of human life is to manifest this divinity within by controlling nature, external and internal. Do this either by work, worship, psychic control or philosophy, by one or more or all of these, and be free. This is the whole of religion. Dogmas, rituals, worships, temples, churches are but secondary details. This is the whole of religion, manifesting the divinity. External rituals, we don't bother. Whether you are Christian, Hindu or Muslim. Are you better? Are you a better human being? That's all. That's why Swami Vivekananda says, even if a person in his Karma Yoga, beautiful book, he says, even if a person has not entered a single church, mosque or a temple, even if he has not read a single religious book, even if he has not followed a single ritual, but if the very power of good actions has brought him to the point where he is ready to sacrifice his everything for the sake of serving others, he is the most religious person of the whole world, irrespective of whether he is Hindu, Muslim or Christian. That is the main message. So don't give more importance to what denomination you belong to. Try to become a better human being. Try to manifest the divinity within. That is the message of Swami Vivekananda. In today's economic climate where it is necessary for both husband and wife to work and there is a small child in home, how is it possible to spend quality time and instill values into the child and also keep a full-time job, especially as a mother? Yeah, it's a very, very tricky problem. If you have a full-time job, then it's going to be a problem. Now, had you kept your mother-in-law with you, no problem. But that you will not keep. That you will not keep. It is not possible. That is, you see, that is why without listening to the stories of grandmother, a child cannot have values. That is the one thing we forget. If we remove parents from our home, our children are not going to get values. Our children are not going to listen to the stories of grandma that we had listened to, because we become better human beings. And naturally, as soon as they grow, they are going to kick you out of the house. Be sure. So that is why one thing is keeping the parents. If the parents are not there for whatever reason, in that case, you have to decide. Either you have to go for a part-time job or you have to make it up by spending more time on weekdays or weekends. That's what you can do. Fortunately, you have got 2 weekends, Saturday, Sunday, that you have to spend. Of course, it requires sacrifice. Actually speaking, a mother is a divine being in the earth because she is sacrifice. She is the personification of sacrifice. Read the life of Sharda Devi. How she managed, how much of work she managed. She was the mother of all. She had to look after so many children. At the same time look after, and she was cooking. At the same time she was washing the utensils, washing the clothes, washing the floor. At the same time giving mantra diksha, becoming a spiritual guru, and administration of the world organization Ramakrishna Mission, dictating letters. How could she manage? And a village woman, not so educated in the modern sense of the term. So spiritual power will give you more power. Development of spirituality will give you more power, more concentration. You will be able to finish your work much quicker. Much quicker. And you will be able to combine lot of work. And lot of things can be done which can be done simultaneously. While the cooker is doing its job, you can do your job of teaching the child. There are so many things which can be combined, coupled. Where there is will, there is way. That's what I say. I would like to know the role of the daughter-in-law of today. Modern, too westernized. I think mother-in-law must have written. Because otherwise she would have written westernized, but too westernized. So, the role of daughter-in-law is to serve her mother-in-law, forget about dressing herself up, forgetting about her conveniences, whole day and night she has to serve her mother-in-law. Then mother-in-law will be very happy. But it is not possible. It is not possible. It is vice versa. It is tit for tat. Mother-in-law is not looking at the convenience of the daughter-in-law. So daughter-in-law also does not want to see. Not only that, she tries to do the reverse things in order to take the revenge. Most of the time. Because she says, okay, that on that day you did not keep my child. I had to go out. Okay, today I will not allow you to go to the temple. Just see. I'll take revenge. So this is what is happening. So a positive attitude has to be brought in. And I will say, mother-in-law has already sacrificed. And she has brought your husband. Now it is for your turn, daughter-in-law, I will say, your turn to sacrifice. I know, old people, when they become impatient, they shout, they become angry, they lose their temper. They have a right to lose their temper because already they have advanced in age and now their body is feeble, they are very weak physically, and so mentally also they become weak. They have a right to lose temper. But daughter-in-law has no right to lose temper. You are educated. You are an educated girl. How can you afford to lose temper? Yes, listen to whatever she says. And then have patience. Listen to everything. Don't give reply immediately, because that will hurt her ego. You listen everything. Whatever she says, go on listening, go on listening. And during this fighting session on Saturday evening, that time you say, mother-in-law, you were wrong at this point, this point, this point. She will acknowledge, yes, I was right. At the spur of the moment, she will not acknowledge, because the ego comes into, ego comes to, no, I can never be wrong. But when in a good mood, when she is in a good mood, at that time, you try to have communication with her. These are various tactics, I have applied it. Yes, many places. Many daughter-in-law, mother-in-law, they are enjoying nice relationship. Many children and parents are enjoying good relationship. By following the simple rules, the whole principle is, try to look upon them as divine, try to give respect to them, try to have a positive outlook, and try to be proactive. Don't get excited. Try to see why mother-in-law is getting excited. I had not made any mistake, and still she is angry. Then you will find out there was pain in her ear. Yes, it happens. And she becomes angry. Afterwards you will find out, call a doctor. When the ear gets all right, her temper will get all right. So there are so many ways, which is nothing but common sense. What I am telling is all common sense. You know better than me. Only thing is the question of putting into practice. Please tell me why more is not done in India and Gujarat to eradicate female infanticide, even though demanding dowry has been outlawed. Why are scans to determine sex of babies openly advertised and advocated? I agree with you. Lot of things have to be done. It's a very shameful thing going on in India, in Gujarat particularly. Gujarat is, of course, one of the advanced states where the female ratio is going down because of this infanticide test, and they are killing the girls in the womb itself. It's a very bad thing. But there is a lot of things to be done. Some women organizations are coming forward, but much more has to be done. I agree with you. It is said that it is a man's world. How do we stop a male from dominating the workplace? Yeah, this is a very important question. Many working women, they report to me, they are having lot of problems, particularly when the women are less and men are more, and they dominate. Then it becomes a problem. So again, the same management principles, relationships I have told, you try to be proactive and try to avoid the strife, but be firm in your attitude. Don't try to give any lift. At the same time, don't injure anybody, but what Sri Ramakrishna said, Swami Vivekananda said, be good, but don't be goody-goody. You should not allow yourself to be exploited. You should not allow yourself to be harassed. Yes, you have to be very tough. You have to be very tough. When the time demands, you have to be very tough. Try to win over them through your love, through positive outlook. And if they don't stop, then take all the necessary actions, whatever legal actions, report to the head. If the head is also a male, and if he is also male-oriented, then go to further up in the ladder for complaint. Another thing is that, but first try to have through understanding. That also sometimes helps. And another thing, spiritual power. Ultimately, the solution of all the problems I am telling you is spiritual power. One girl has the same problem. Then she was told, okay, you try to take a holy mantra. When you sit down in your office, first 108 times you chant the holy mantra, Om, or whatever mantra you prefer. A holy mantra you chant. And then see what happens. Nobody will have the courage to look at you. With that mantra chanting, that seat, that workplace becomes charged with spiritual power. And if you have got spiritual power aroused, nobody will have the guts to look at you. Even if you are going to the street, if you are chanting the mantra, the word has got that power. It should be but chanted with full concentration, with full faith. So ultimately, the solution of all the problems is spiritual development. Sharda Devi, how she solved the problem, all her problems. She had all types of problems at family. You know what type of family? You say, in our family, you see, there are so many types of people of different temperaments, how to have peace in the family. But look at Holy Mother Sharda Devi's life, what type of family she had. She had Nalini and Maku. Both were nieces and half mad. Half mad. And Radhu, 75% mad. And Radhu's mother, 100% mad. All these mad people doing, and Golapma shouting at the top of her voice, always shouting. All types of people together. And Sharda Devi was living with peace, always with peace. Lord, always peace, giving peace to others. And lot of work she is doing. But why could she do? Because she was always repeating the mantra within her mind. So she got that spiritual power. So, practice of these 4 yogas ultimately is the solution of all the problems. Swamiji, what should we as women do to solve corruption and bickering between women in an organization? That is, I told you, the problems is there. Bickering and corruption and jealousy, all these problems. So again, the solution is the same. When in an organization, when you combine together, this bickering takes place, leg pulling takes place, backbiting takes place. So one thing is there, that undue criticism should be avoided. And criticism at the back should be avoided. If you really want to have a good organization, criticism at the back should be avoided. Once a week, sit down and try to talk at each other's fault. But don't criticize anybody at the back. That just cuts at the root of the organization. When you start bickering and start backbiting and leg pulling others, then the whole thing starts. So try to have a good understanding between the women. And again here also, the more spiritually advanced the members are, the more spiritually elevated the members are, the more will be the bond of affinity between the people. And if there is a common ideal to which you are striving, don't try to give too much attention to the ordinary things of ordinary matters. As I told you, in matters of principle, stand firm like a rock. In matters of opinion, swim swiftly with the current. Some of the ideas that I have given, that will be important for all the problems. As I told you, I have given the answers in brief to some of the questions. I was very happy to have met you. I give you all my best wishes. Holy Mother is there, Sharda Devi, Ramakrishna Dev is there, Holy Mother Sharda Devi, Swami Vivekananda, all the 3 are there. So many books are there. And Holy Mother's blessings will be upon us. If Holy Mother Sharda Devi comes into our life, particularly for women, I will tell again and again, read the life of Sharda Devi. Then you will understand how much problem she underwent. Your problem is nothing. Every type of problem she underwent. Do you know? At the age of 37 years, she became a widow. And for 34 years more, she had to live on this earth, guiding the whole Ramakrishna movement, the world movement, and guiding those people. And she became the mother of the whole world, whole universe. And she had to do a lot of work. And after the passing of Sri Ramakrishna, she felt such a tremendous misery in her life. But everything she tolerated. Not a single word. And you can just imagine how much problem she underwent. Ramakrishna used to get 5 rupees salary as the pujari, official pujari of Dakshineshwar temple. Some people, out of jealousy, they told the authorities, no, Sharda Devi has got a lot of disciples, you need not give the pension to her. So even that pension of 5 rupees per month was also stopped. And Holy Mother had absolutely nothing. So she lived in Kamarpukur, in the place of her husband. There was a simple hut, there was some land. She would scatter rice, and some rice she would get, sometimes not getting even salt with rice. And wearing only one sari with 18 patches. 18 patches, only one sari she had. After 6 months, the disciples of Sri Ramakrishna came to know that she is facing such a life, she is leading such a life. Then they came down, they started helping her, then they took her to Calcutta, then later on she went to Jairambati and lived in her mother's place, and all sorts of problems, financial problems she underwent, family problems she underwent, lot of relatives, they started criticizing, because when at that time, there one question has come, one question has come that somebody had asked the question, that whether one has to wear, is it necessary to wear, a widow has necessary to wear a white dress. Well, we don't think, as I told you, it is an external part. Anybody may follow, may not follow. We are not very much concerned. That should not be given attention. But Holy Mother at that time, it was necessary that she should wear a sari without any border, white sari, and she should not have any bracelet or any ornament. So she was removing the ornament and she was wearing a white sari, as was the rule at the time for a widow. Sri Ramakrishna appeared. What? Have I left the world? I have just gone from one room to another. No, you need not stop wearing this bracelet and you should not wear this white sari. You should have a sari with border. And so Sarada Devi started wearing a white sari with red border and having a bracelet. All people started criticizing. Oh, she is so fashionable. She wants to have a sari and also with the border, and she is wearing a bracelet. Her age was only 37 years. But she had a firm faith. Ramakrishna has told, that's all. Ramakrishna is my Lord. He is my everything. I am at the right path. She didn't listen to anybody. Lot of criticism. When she started giving job to Amjad, Muslim dacoit, then all the villagers, they retorted, no, he is a Muslim and a dacoit. You are a Brahmin. Why should he come and work in your house? Sarada said, no, I will give work. He has become a dacoit only because he is not getting employment. I am giving employment, that is very necessary. If I don't give, he has to go for dacoity only. In order to stop dacoity, I am giving the job to him. And she did not give in. So she was very, very simple. She was very accommodative. She was very soft. She was very motherly. But at times she could become hard. At times she could become tough. No. I know the path, I will follow the path. She did not bow down. And she did not listen to the criticism of so many people. She had to listen to the criticism of others. Even before marriage also, she had to listen to the criticism. When she would go to fetch water with her friends, and they will all be fetching water, and they will start talking within themselves. The girls, they will start talking with themselves. You see, Sarada has been married to a person in Calcutta. Oh, he is a pujari in Dakshineshwar, and he has gone out of mind. He has become mad. And he is not calling Sharda to her place. Sharda, did you get any news from Calcutta? Oh, no news. Oh, just look at poor Sharda. Oh, poor girl. She has got a husband who is mad. All types of things she had to listen. So, she had to listen to criticism. She had to undergo financial problems. She had to have all types of very problems in the family. But she managed all these things. Why? Only one thing, spiritual power. So spiritual empowerment is the only empowerment needed for women. Everything else will follow. Spiritual empowerment is the only empowerment that is needed for women. All other things should also come. I am not saying legislation should come, political power should come, education should come. But minus spiritual power, empowerment, nothing. Spiritual empowerment is the basis and the crux of the whole thing. Once spiritual empowerment comes, everything else will be added unto you. And so, for that, combination of 4 yogas for all the women, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raj Yoga and Jnana Yoga. And that spiritual power will come, will give tremendous confidence, tremendous faith in yourself. And that spiritual power, when with that spiritual power you walk on the street, nobody has got the guts to look at you. When you are sitting in a chair in your office, with that spiritual power, nobody will have the guts to criticize you, to have bickering towards you. That spiritual power is the crux, empowerment. Spiritual empowerment is the crux of the whole thing. I am glad that I have met you. I give all my best wishes, my prayers to Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharda Devi and Swami Vivekananda, to bestow blessings on all of you. This is my last lecture. I give thanks to my dear Swami Nikhileswaranandaji Maharaj to make it possible for me to come. I enjoyed my trip in South Africa very much, everywhere. So many good people are there. I never imagined. I thought South Africa, they will be all like lions and elephants. I was afraid. But here, so many good people, so many good devotees with lot of devotion. I was very happy and see beautiful places. It was a great experience. I'm thankful to him and thankful to all of you to give me the opportunity. My last message is, every day, without fail, try to practice these 4 yogas. If 1 minute at least, you must meditate. If 1 minute at least, you must pray. at least for 5 minutes or 1 minute, read some good books that are available here. That will act like electric shock. I'm not using my own words. Roma Rolla, the great Nobel Prize winner, literature. He got Nobel Prize in literature. French savant, Roma Rolla, he said about Swami Vivekananda's books, his words are great music. Phrases in the style of Beethoven. I cannot touch these sayings of his scattered as they are through the pages at a 30th distance without receiving a thrill through my body like an electric shock. Tremendous power will come. There's tremendous power in the books of Swami Vivekananda. So read the books of Swami Vivekananda, read the life of Sharda Devi, and for at least 1 minute every day, 1 minute meditation, 1 minute prayer, and whatever work we try to do, let us do in the spirit of worship, spirit of worship, and let us try to practice looking upon each and every human being, irrespective of caste, creed, color, religion, or sex, as the manifestation of the divine, and that will bring happiness and peace in our everyday life, and also lead us to eternal happiness and eternal peace. Better relationships, better happiness, better harmony in the family, more pay, more of promotion. Because of happiness and peace, we will be able to have better efficiency in work. Everything will come. Everything will come if we have spiritual empowerment. All the problems of women will be solved through spiritual empowerment. Thank you very much.